Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're connecting from. I'm excited to be on this show today. Welcome, joining us in Difference Every Day with Sandra Uko. We have a special guest with us, but before I bring him on board, I'd like to just introduce myself and introduce what the show is all about. My name is Sandra Uko, a leadership certified team member with the Maxwell Academy. I'm a speaker, coach, and trainer. I'm a member of the Toastmasters as a vice president public relation. I'm an IT sales expert of over 20 years, a best-selling author, and just recently got gifted the Presidential Lifetime Award. And in Making a Difference Every Day with Sandra Uko is a show where we bring great men and women who are making a difference in their world. We all dare to make a difference in our world. And we've all been called out to be ambassadors and representatives. And we have giftings in us that makes us stand out. And so, in making a difference, we have a calling. We all have a gift. We all have a talent and skill that we can use to change our world, to be an impact to the people at large. And so, today we have a guest who is an attorney and presently traveled all the way to study. So, he'll be telling us his journey so far and what has been his motivation and propelling force. The next person you get to see is Kolawole himself. He'll be introducing himself and telling us what he's up to. Great to have you, sir. I'm so sorry.
All right, thank you so much
Welcome.
for having me on this podcast. And I want to say hello to all the audience and viewers, connecting with us from all across the globe. I'm really excited to be here and thank you for this opportunity, actually. Thank you for this opportunity.
Okay. Can you tell us your journey so far? Making a difference with Sandra Oko every day.
Well, yes,
What's the propelling and motivation in reading law? And why do you have to take it a step further to come into the United States to study the law? And you're so passionate about what you do.
yes, this whole trajectory actually began when I was in high school in Nigeria. You know, I realized that I had this unique gift, a talent within me, the ability to have an exceptional understanding of issues, and the ability to articulate myself and persuade my audience. So when I was in high school, my father wanted me to become a medical doctor because I was really good with biology and mathematics, and so his dream was to have a medical doctor as a son. But but I knew I could become a medical doctor. But when I look within me and I look at the things I want to do, the passion that drives me as a person, I knew I would not have this fulfillment. So I wanted to
True.
study law because I want to have the necessary tools to, engage in advocacy. You know, I was brought up in an environment where there's, a lot of social injustice, in the whole social environment, vulnerable people. And I saw that there's a need to be a voice to those who are vulnerable, those who cannot, express themselves, those who cannot say what they're passing through, you
Yeah.
know. So I was able to insist that I would study law because I want to engage in advocacy. And got so good, my parents accepted that and they were willing to sponsor me to study law. And fortunately, I got admitted into Ekiti State University to study law. And during the course of my study in Ekiti State University, Nigeria, I wanted to make a difference. I just did not want to be a law student. I wanted to be a law student with a distinct. So then I looked onto
Awesome.
lawyers, successful lawyers in Nigeria and outside of Nigeria who are making tremendous milestones, who are making impact, all across the globe. And that was the motivation for me. I remember that as early as 100, first year, second year in the university, I had already read books of authors in the United States, books of authors in the United Kingdom. I wanted to understand the law, not just because I want to say the law. I want to understand the driving force behind the law so that I can properly appropriate and propagate the law as a tool, to advance the cause of humanity, to advocate for the needs of those who are vulnerable, and to advance the cause, and to, address social issues that really affect everybody all across the globe. And that was the starting point for me. And I remember so clearly that when I was in the university, I used to engage in all sorts of advocacy competitions. I represented the faculty of law within Nigeria and outside of Nigeria. I remember that also that in 2018, I participated in a national competition in Nigeria, and I was among the top five finalists all across the country in
Wow,
2018.
awesome.
And I remember that I when I was called upon the pulpit in Lagos to speak on the issues of contest in the day, the first person to hear me was the former vice president of Nigeria, Professor Yemo Sibajo. And when I was done with my presentation, he stood up and clapped for me. And when I met him on the stage, he spoke to me. He said, I see that you have this talent, you have this ability to articulate your points. You have a unique understanding of legal issues. There is one thing I want you to improve on. You must be able to understand, the mood of your audience and to understand who your assessors as. When you understand these people, you'll be able to deploy your gift and the word will be at your hands. So my engagement with the former vice president in 2018 was another driving force for me. I knew I have this talent, I have this gift, I have a unique understanding of legal issues, I have this ability to articulate myself and to convince my audience of my opinion and perspective about the issues that trends all across the globe. So I began to develop myself, network with people, and seek for opportunities for me to really showcase the things that I have within me. And got so good for me when I emerged as top fifth among hundreds of participants in Nigeria in 2018. That same day, I had the opportunity to also register for an all African competition in Nairobi, Kenya. You know, and subsequent to that year in 2019, I was among the Nigerian students that represented Nigeria in a in an African competition organized by the World Intellectual Property Organization in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya. The the international organization, were looking at engaging bright, aspiring lawyers in Africa to develop an understanding of international trade law and how it affects all aspects of human endeavors. And so they invited, aspiring lawyers and law students to apply for a contest. Whoever is able to, scale through the odds will be invited and sponsored in Nairobi, Kenya. And luckily for me, myself and my friends and colleagues, we were able to, you know, present a memorial, a legal document, you understand, that contains our argument on those issues. And we were sponsored in
Wow,
Kenya by the World International Property Organization
wow,
in Kenya, you know.
awesome.
And right there in Kenya, you know, I met people from all walks of life, from students from all parts of Africa. We talked about issues on international trade law. How can we enhance free movement of goods all across Africa? You understand? How can we ensure that there is an intertrade between Africa and the world and within Africa itself? So this trajectory of mine of engaging in national competitions right from when I was in my first year in university to my last year in university, to global competitions, to national competitions, were the driving force for me to begin to see myself on the global stage. I realized that I can achieve a lot. I realized that I have the necessary skills. I have the talent, I have the gift, that can bring me on global platform, and showcase the things that I have. And that was the starting point for me when I was still an undergraduate in Nigeria. And after then, I went to the Nigerian Law School. And in 2019, I finished from the Nigerian Law School. Out of 5 courses, I had four distinctions out of 5 courses from the Nigerian Law School. And I had opportunity to work to be employed in one of the top law firms in Nigeria. And right there again, I realized that as much as I can conceive a dream, I can achieve it.
You can
You
bet.
know, you will recall the words of the former vice president of Liberia, Salif Salif Johnson, the first female president in Africa, who became the president of Liberia. She said something that struck me when I was an undergraduate. She said, if your dreams are not big, that means you don't have a dream. That your capacity to achieve your goals must must not exceed the size of your dream. The size of your dream must always exceed your capacity to achieve it. If your dream do not scare you, that means they are not big enough. Those were the words of Salif, And when I heard these words when I was an undergraduate, I determined within me that I must take the world at its jugular. I must climb on global stage. I must have dreams that exceed my current capacity to achieve them.
Sure.
You understand? So I began to dream that, oh, beyond Nigeria, I want to be licensed to practice as an attorney in the United
Oh,
States. I want to be licensed to practice an attorney in Canada. I want to be licensed to practice as an attorney in the United Kingdom. And I am on the path to fulfilling those dreams and ambitions, because I realized while growing up that whatever the mind can achieve, the mind can conceive. The feat and the milestones that I achieved while I was in Nigeria were because I just dreamt of it. Let me do this. The resources needed to accomplish the dreams that we have are within us. The only obstacles that blocks us from achieving our set of goals
it's
is our
us.
determination. It's us. It's we do not have enough courage and the determination to do these things. The moment we can break that hurdle, to have that audacious boldness, the audacious determination, the bold courage to take a step, a leap of faith, and attempt the things that we have, we will achieve them. For me, when I participated in the national competition sponsored by Simmons Cooper, in Nigeria, you know, the competition is called SCAD, Simmons Cooper Advocacy Development. The motivation for me was that I needed a phone, you know, and I was told that if I could if I should be among the top 10, I'll be given a tablet. And I thought, oh, really? I'll be given a tablet. All right, let me do this. But eventually, I made among the top 10, I made among the top five. And beyond the tablet, I got financial, financial awards, I got recognition certificate, I got a tablet, and I got an opportunity to intern in one of the best law firm in Nigeria. And I had the opportunity to meet with the former vice president of Nigeria. So that is when I began to realize within me that if I can determine to do this, I will achieve it. All that I need to do is just to take that step and that courage. And when I was, all across in Nigeria, I was practicing in top law firms. I appear in court, I appear in the court of appeal. And then I determined that, oh yeah, I have a dream. My dream is not just to become a lawyer in Nigeria, but also to become a lawyer in the United States, right? So I determined within myself, let me begin to see universities in the United States I can apply to, and I got admitted in some universities in the United
Oh
States.
my
The,
God.
the
Oh my
University
God.
of
This is
the, uni-
awesome.
the university, one of the top universities in the United States, the University of California, University of Pennsylvania, the University of Illinois, and your loyal Marymount University in the United States. I got admitted there. And luckily for me, here in the University of Illinois, I was given about 70% scholarship. And I said I was going to do this. And I got to the United States Embassy, and the visa officer asked me, really, what are you going to do? I told them my ambitions, the things I want to do, and I told them my scholarship. And they asked me a question: why were you given this scholarship? Do you think you merit it? That was the opportunity I need to really present myself. I told
Wow.
them that I'm one of the few Nigerians who have really achieved in this area of law. I'm one of the few young lawyers who have been able to get this. I've represented the country in international competition. I've represented my university in international competition. I was among the best graduate students in my university. I had distinctions when I was in law school. I told them
Oh
that, and
my
the woman
God.
saw me. The woman saw me and said, Mr. Omoyajowo, we are really excited to have you here. We wish you well in your journey in the United States. Please take your white paper. Welcome to, you know,
So,
I knew that
oh my
from
God.
that experience, I knew that.
Kolawole, we are going to bring you here on the show. We can continue. This is so interesting. Oh my God. If you stay here, we're not going to finish. I'll bring you again. I don't know what other day would I can bring you here. But this is mind blowing because you will continue the story, part two of your journey, because I know it's a long one.
Thank
It's
you.
a long one. It's beautiful. You can see what you do not conceive, you cannot achieve.
Yeah,
For a dream to work, you must conceive it. And everything, God, everything you can become is already within and around you.
around
So we
you.
must begin to look inward. We must begin to dream bigger. You know, like you rightly said, if your capacity to achieve that dream is not greater than the dream itself, it's no dream. That's a great one. Very mind blowing. I couldn't wait for you to stop. I wasn't like, God, this guy is. Oh, no, 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 no. That's awesome. Please, please, please.
Thank you.
And I know that a lot of people who are coming behind. You must be passionate
Yeah.
about your dream. If
Yeah.
you are not passionate, how can anyone buy into your dream?
No.
You must be passionate. It's your dream. It's you. It's
Yes.
you. You've got to be able to sell the dream for anyone to be able to buy into your dream. To be able to say, okay, I support you. I'm behind you. Your dream you must have a driving force to ensuring that you achieve your dream. Oh my God, you are a young, promising man. You're going places,
Thank
I
you.
tell you.
Thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
going places. I can't tell you. I
Thank
can't
you.
tell you
Thank you so
enough,
much.
but
All
that's just a little I know. But I know that I need to bring you on board, sir. I need to.
right.
I need
Thank you so
to.
much.
That's mind
Thank
blowing
you.
because that's encouraging for our young youths that are coming beyond coming to do this show. It's not for us to showcase and to flaunt what we have. It's to impact our world. To
Mhm.
tell the young ones that you can become anything you dream to become.
Yeah.
We see opportunity and we seize the opportunity.
Yes.
Kola is a young man who saw the opportunity and seized it. He didn't allow the opportunity to pass him by. He
Ah,
got
no.
into it and it took everything. So as a young person, you're getting across this video, or you want to meet Kolawole himself to mentor you, to learn from him, to glean from him, you can always reach out to Kolawole himself. And if I'm so grateful you're able to make out this time to talk to us, I will talk to you again later on. This has been mind blowing for me. We have so
Thank you
much to
so
discuss.
much.
Let me let you go.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
sir.
Abby.
Are you thinking of how to publish your book on Amazon or how to get your published book to become an Amazon bestseller book? Dip Insight Books is the perfect in-between solution in transforming your ideas into a book. We can help you with all the complicated parts of publishing, such as process TO transformation. What we do: full manuscript evaluation, receive quality assurance edit, full copy edit and final proofread to remove spelling and grammar mistakes, oversee your cover design, create your interior layout, publish and distribute your book, lock down your marketing strategy. Ghostwriting, where there is no manuscript. Our goal is to help you publish your book promptly. Contact us today at 404-740-9091. Email us at info@dipinsightworld.com. To start the submission process, check us out at www.books.dipinsightworld.com and submit your details. You can visit our Facebook page at Dip Insight World.
If you've made it this far into this video, thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe so you can support your girl. Thank you.